Welcome everybody, and okay, so I had previously made a video for this. I did the prologue, and I didn't realize that I actually didn't record the videos or the gameplay, and so to save myself time and to give y'all a fresh reaction of this game, I am going to hold on, let me go to the main menu real quick. Alright, so I'm going to be starting this visual novel called Katawa Shoujo. Uh, in the video I was going to make was what happened. Oh, hold on. Oops. What happened was. Okay, so what happened was there was a girl who asked our main character out, and he had this heart condition that his heart would go too fast, and he had a heart attack. So the heart condition wasn't specifically because the girl asked him out; it's because it's just a heart condition that makes your heart beat too fast when you're under a lot of pressure. But so the girl asked him out. He had a heart attack. He was imported into the hospital, and he was forced to move schools because the school was to another disabled school. He wasn't really for the idea of having to move to a disabled school, and the doctor was saying all these reassuring things that he didn't really like. Like he was saying, like, it's like in his mind he was like, do not say this. This is not okay. This is like that's not reassuring if you're trying to be reassuring. But he obviously wouldn't say that to a doctor. He said it was futile to go against what he said. But anyways, he was sent to this disabled school, and that is where I'm at right now. That was the entire prologue, was explaining his heart condition and why he's moving schools. But I guess I'm just gonna start here from Act 1. Alright, I hope y'all enjoy. I'm gonna be reading. Okay. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seemed to do that, but this was especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled in the hole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if I looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but could it really decide? Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It feels like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park or it doesn't feel, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean, hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. Alright, let me turn the music down just a little bit. It didn't went down or go down. It's probably just because my headphones. That's fine. And maybe it's actually no. Okay, this can stay on there. Okay, anyways, everything seems off. It's a bit different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's uncanny valley. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my mind it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectation of school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind, and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again, how they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calm color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I couldn't return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back to anymore. I'm feeling nervous, and with the realization set in my head, I open the front door. A tall man with a bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Tall man. You must be Niki Hasao, or Nakai. So are you excellent? Oh, sorry, so you are excellent. I am your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Matao. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asks you for a brief check-in and visit. There are no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in situations like this. Somehow not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you really want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah, sure. I don't see a problem. Yeah, I'm personally an introvert. I consider myself an ambivert. I just have to get comfortable. But if I'm going to a new school, I'm sure I'm gonna be like, well, this is awkward. But I'm just gonna go with yeah, cause why not? Yeah, sure. Isn't that normal? See, yeah, it's normal. Of course, but not everyone likes to be the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. This guy, it's like he read my mind, or the character's mind. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as a classroom for class 3-3. Matao opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Okay, let's look at this class real quick. So we see a two-colored eye, a basic, she looks like she'd be like the class rep right there. He's obviously the guy who doesn't care. He tries to act chill. He's probably gonna break down eventually, though. Oh, so does this guy right here. He looks like he just doesn't care. Like, this guy looks like he tries. This guy is just how he is. This guy is the overly friendly one. This girl, it looks like, the frisky girl. This girl, she looks like the oblivious one. So is this one. I feel like this one may be more of the smart one. That one could be a smart one too. This one is the oblivious one, definitely. Just because she's not even looking at, per se, me. This guy, he's got in trouble, so maybe, or he's probably like the goofball who gets in trouble all the time. He probably was the one who hit him. This guy, okay, and then this girl, the nervous girl, but who's actually like, look at that. Wait, there's something on her hand. She's freaky. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there are lots of space left over around the in between the desk. An entire wall is taken up by blackboards, and the high old-fashioned window makes it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then why would they be here? ADHD. This guy has ADHD. More people? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. What? Someone's missing her thumb? Her, maybe? Oh gosh, this is terrifying. What is this guy? Oh my gosh. She looks like she's gonna be insane, like obsessed. This one, she looks like she's gonna try to not notice, but she really is. Like, she's like one of those girls, like, get away from me, but like, but she thinks she's high up. This girl, they both kind of have the same look, but they feel differently. This one just looks like she doesn't care. This one is crazy. This guy just looks like a... This guy. He looks so like... he's... I'm scared. I don't know how to describe him. There's probably like me and have something wrong with it. Okay. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me, a girl with a really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hand as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some kind of weird hand motion sign language. She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute, so this is cheery, or so is the cheery looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. He's talking about this girl. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her in the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands and so does everyone else except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing and thanks for the applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. Oh, I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said. Though, a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher. He drones about getting along with while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to do some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She is the class representative. Let's see if I got this right. She can explain anything you want to know, and anyone who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignment and announces that we'll be working in groups of 3. It's me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Alright, Hakamichi is the right there. Shizune Hakamichi. No! She's crazy. I swear she's crazy. Even if she is the class representative, she's crazy. You can see it in her eyes. Look at those eyes. It's just like, she's gonna kill you. As he calls her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes wave her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Ha ha ha! What? Caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi-chan. No, I'm still wrong. Gosh darn it. No. She's crazy though. The left one, she's crazy. Okay, I was thinking that my second guess of a class representative was her, but I didn't really think about it. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her and the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me the whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balancing on the tip of the dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She's quiet, girl. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and looks a few quick gestures with her hands. I was right, though. She does look like she doesn't care. What the? What was that nod? Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people and who better explain things to you. I can see you're a little confused, right? But I can understand why you would think I was Shichan. Or Shichan. Shichan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. Oh, so she's a translator. I don't know, dude, she's crazy, I swear, I promise. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you, too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but you didn't know you would be here today so soon. Hichan, right? Hichan? Yup, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. Okay, I'm trying to do voices-ish. I don't really see how. It fits. You look like I imagine. You just look like a Hichan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attentions. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly with their hands that blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shichan wants us to know if she's a class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out to her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to the class today. There's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about wherever you're going before you go there, not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store, really, Shichan. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother. Oh wait, learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deep. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, and as much as needing help, stop looking like you just failed a test. Wahahaha! Alright. And another thing, you don't have to call Shichan something so formal like her Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shichan. Ahaha, okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yup, Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assume would be all business. Well, she still seemed like that. It's just less so, I guess. Huh? Alright, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shichan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. Wahaha, that too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of both being difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, as we finish a few minutes earlier than everyone else in the class, despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period, time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Matao, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in the store, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big window opens into the courtyard toward the main gate. It's a cafeteria. Okay, I'm going to turn the... Cafeteria. Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with a scientific precision to meet the needs of the patient. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to the table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask if there's something. I wonder. Ask about the library, ask about Shizune's deafness. I think I got everything in. I'm gonna ask about the library, because obviously that's what we like to do. Oh yeah, he picked up a hobby of reading while he was in the hospital. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. There is. It's the second floor. We can show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideway glances at me, but Misha refrains from the translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice the conversation is a sign and is not enough to fill a silence. We arrived in the classroom early, but we're not the first. Oh my gosh, she got burned. The dark-haired girl I noticed before slumped over her desk at the last row. She slumps a little when Misha crashes in the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper in her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into a stone just from our presence. Misha and Suzune either don't notice or don't mind it as they walk directly past her seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even if the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange, as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time I spent at the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Suzanne are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hichan. We've got to hurry around since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Wait, the teacher said I had to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? So we can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointless out of the senior classroom in the same hallways. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the Homeroom building to the right next door. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building, there's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaguchi Foundation office and all nurses' office. They have a swimming pool. How is it that official? Don't be silly, He-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyways, all the nursing staff facilities are in there. The 2 head nurses' offices on the first floor. We'll be fine here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Alright, well, now that they're going, this is going to be the end for this video. I'm sorry about the previous video. I wasn't able to do, but I'm sure y'all get the gist. He's at a special school. He's meeting he's nervous, you know. He's meeting new people, but I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and I will see y'all in the next episode.